Hello trader, I'm going to do a complete multi-time frame analysis on NASDAQ as well as US30. Let's see what kind of trading opportunity we have in the market opening, as this instrument could be very volatile this week because of NFP, and also we see that both of them after long consolidation has broken out of the structure. So let's find out how we can trade. First of all, we look at bigger picture starting with Nasdaq. Now Nasdaq, we saw that whole month was in a range, in a narrow range, and finally at the end of the month the market has broken out in the direction of the trend and form a monthly pin bar. Now if you closely look at this monthly market structure, we see that starting from here there was an impulse monthly followed by a monthly doji. Now this monthly doji, what we see that there was a doji and the price has broken below this doji, created an overextended market, and then formed this giant monthly bullish engulfer. Now, with that bullish engulfer formation, this month's whole month, Nasdaq was in a range, and finally it formed a pin bar showing a potential for break to the upside, as we see that this market globally in an uptrend after a long consolidation, the market is trying to break to the upside and we see strong bullish momentum. So let's see now on the weekly time frame to see how the Nasdaq is doing. Now if we look at the weekly price action, we see that after quite a few weeks consolidation and liquidity, finally this week the market has broken all these previous level of support, all the back to back 2T doji, and then close above with a strong bullish candle, which in fact has significant liquidity grab. Now this is the weekly price action. We saw with this doji created this impulse, and then consolidation and correction. We saw another impulse and again consolidation and correction. Now this is a bullish pattern. As you can see, there was a triangular pattern and the price has broken to the downside from that triangular pattern and then closed above with this strong bullish engulfer. This is the sign that the market preparing for another impulse to the upside, and we can expect this week at least the market to hit the previous nearest level of resistance zone, or even at least test this level in that area, which can give us significant bullish trading opportunity in the upcoming week. Now if we look at the daily, we can see that multiple times the market grabbed liquidity. Now this is the daily impulse and we saw there was a consolidation correction and the price tried to break the high. Instead it failed to do. It has come back down again, crossed the previous one's low, and again there was another dodge. We saw that again the price has broken that low as well, back to back three times the sellers took liquidity, and finally we saw that the market has broken to the upside. Now this is the last day of trading week. We saw that there was a gap opening with this bullish engulfer. Now what we can expect with this impulse, as the market will open tomorrow, you can see a gap opening either to the downside or upside, or a little pullback can give us potential entry opportunity in this instrument. As we saw multiple times the market liquidity grab liquidity from the support, we could see now a trend to the upside. Now this is the intraday price action. We saw that after this long consolidation and finally the market has broken out of that consolidation and the price created this impulse correction. It is in another impulsive phase. So on the market opening, based on price action, if we see the market again has come back for a deeper pullback, or even if the market managed to break this local support, this is the local swing low, will be a great place for a potential bullish trading opportunity. So as soon as we will find suitable entry opportunity, either after this local breakdown or even with a gap opening based on the current time price action, according to the rules of our strategies, we will consider going long on Nasdaq with a high probability trade setup. Now let's look at US30. Now as you can see, almost similar kind of price action has created on US30, and in Nasdaq. If we look at monthly on US30, we see that this market also showing promising bullish, possible bullish market structure to form in the future to the upside. Now we saw there was in fact an impulse on the monthly, quite a few months consolidation, and from that bull flag on the monthly, the price has broken towards the downside, grabbed the liquidity, and previous months has a strong rejection from the support. This month we saw US30 has opened with a gap, and the price currently above the previous resistance level with a full green candle. This is the monthly candle, has a strong volume in it. As you can see, it's a full body green, almost no wick at the bottom and a little wick at the top. Highly likely that the markets will break to the upside to create new higher high. Now if we look at weekly on US30, we can spot a potential an inverted head and shoulder in that zone. And with that inverted head and shoulder, this is the weekly candle that has crossed the previous weekly narrow candles completely. And we saw back to back 3 weeks low has crossed, grabbed the liquidity, and therefore US30 highly likely that will continue to rise to the upside, and we could see the market might break the previous resistance here, even here. Based on the current time price action, we could find potential trading opportunity along the way. If we look at daily, we can see that from the daily perspective as well, we saw that there was an impulse correction impulse. The finally the market has broken the local market structure, and with that breakout, what I think that US30 might be forming a channel in the future that could take this market in that direction. So if we draw that trend line with that possible channel, what I think that US30 highly likely that will move along this channel. So you could see after little pullback another impulse try to break this high, and in the future maybe we could see another drop for a pullback towards the downside. Now if we look at this local structure, we see already there is an impulse started here. With this impulse correction, the market has formed an inverted head and shoulder, and the price has broken to the upside. We will be waiting for another pullback along this zone, or even, as you can see, this is the previous resistance zone here on US30. Resistance here, resistance here. You can see this level in fact quite significant, and that resistance level can act as a support. So any kind of pullback from this current price to the downside, testing this previous resistance as a support, we will consider going long on US30 with a high probability trade setup with our students. Now, if you find value in this analysis, smash the like button and also drop a comment below to help this free educational content. Thank you. I'll see you soon in my next analysis.